What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, there is something I did want to go over here. Now, I do know everybody is enjoying the recent Forsberg update, which was out yesterday. At least we think it's an update, even though there was no patch notes or anything. But I have to ask one quick question here, guys. Where is the playlist with this? Like, we could have had a Forsberg playlist legit. That would have been so dang cool, but instead, they did end up giving us a few more vehicles for the Forsberg Racing and also giving us some of the older cars once again for the Summit, which was kind of odd. Like looking at the Summit here, I have to say this right now, guys. I understand they did want to give us this vehicle again, but really though, the 370Z Dominion, like for the entire Summit rewards, I did talk about this in the Summit video yesterday. Let's be honest. Do you guys actually like the rewards in the entire month of the Summits here? Be real. Let me know in the comments below. I would almost say nobody is going to like them. The other thing I did want to mention here is some people might go, well, Block, like there's not that many vehicles in the Forsberg category. Well, let's go check that out here. Heading down to Forsberg Racing, there's 8 of them, and funnily enough, here's the Dominion Edition if you haven't seen that. And then over here, though, we also have the Gold Leader Z. I love the way the Fair Lady Z looks. This thing is so dang sweet. And then we also have the new Nissan Ultimaniac. If you haven't seen an Ultima in a game, we do have it before GTA 6, bro. Imagine that. And then we also have the Z Pro Drift, and we have the 370Z coming back, and the 350Z Roadster. Then we have the other one here, and then finally the rally car. So there's a good amount of them. I mean, 8 vehicles isn't terrible. If you have 8 or 9 events in a playlist, you can probably have each vehicle in there at least one time for the regular loaned. And one of the solutions here is, well, if a lot of players don't have the cars, though, how are they going to do the challenges in the playlist? Because a lot of them have vehicles people don't even have, which we did see in this playlist here with the challenges. Some of them, let me go look here. Scrolling quick. Let me go down. There it is. The Lancer Evolution. A lot of players didn't have this car before, so they're like, wait, how do I do the challenge if I don't have the vehicle? Here's a quick solution. Only add the challenges to the vehicles that you actually have, or put like the regular version of that said vehicle in there. That way players can jump in and do the challenges. And then at least in this way, though, it is going to solve the problem of many of these vehicles not even being in the game, or at least, not even having them. So at least having like a regular vehicle for that said challenge, like have any drift car in there. We do know a Forsberg Racing is probably going to be primarily drift, so have like other drift cars in there, allow them to actually use any of the drift cars, get some of the challenges done, or like use the regular versions of them, and then boom, maybe you can unlock all of the cars in like a bundle afterwards and actually run them. Like for example, even buying something like the Ultimaniac or like the new Z. At least adding the vehicles into like a bundle, which don't get me wrong, they were doing that with some of the vehicles. Like you can buy like the 370Z Pro Drift. They're also adding the 350Z into like the main stage so you can unlock them, and that way you can actually add the cars to your collection. But being honest, guys, I really have to say this, like I do understand the Forsberg event, or like the entire, I guess, month of the update is pretty dope. I really have to say something here though, like where's that playlist, man? Like we should have gotten that with it. They should have added like a drift or something PvP event in there, because that would make sense with 90% of the Forsberg vehicles being drifting, or at least having like 4 rallycross events for like the Nissan 370Z here, adding some specific racing events for like the GTR Nismo, or even adding like regular tier 2 events and something like that in like PvP, or even having like a playlist having like a few street tier 2 events, throw in some drift events in there, having a racing or even a rallycross event, which I do think at this point we can probably all agree, I think there's only actually like 2 legit rallycross events in the entire game at the moment, basically shadowing the drag category there. But one thing I do want to mention though, guys, do you actually think the playlists themselves are going to carry out the game that long? Like, for example, if they keep only adding those into the game, no PvP events, do you guys actually think that's going to be enough? Like, I do want to know your thoughts. To be honest, if you were to ask me that question, I'm going to be right straight with this. It's probably going to be a no for me. Like, they have to add other PvP events. And I really do feel like they actually missed out on some stuff here. Like, we do know the Forsberg Racing is like an entire, like, racing type of thing because, it's Forsberg Racing. Emphasis on that. And we also do have, like, new drift cars and stuff like that. So why not add something into like the regular like PvP playlist where it's like new drift events or drift racing and stuff like that, to where you can pick them. Add it so you can pick like a tier 2 vehicle only and stuff like that. But then again, guys, we have been talking about this for a straight minute. Kind of insane how we really haven't seen any changes with PvP. Kind of being positive that we may end up seeing some stuff here in Season 4, which I think is in July, maybe August. That's a pretty long time away though, man. Like if we get one more playlist until the next Season 4, that's Man, I'm not gonna lie, guys, that's a bit concerning here. I think everyone agrees, though. Everyone's a bit concerned. Like, we did get a lot of new cars in the update. We got a lot of vehicles from the Crew 2 again. But a lot of players want more events, man. Like, that's why I keep making these videos. I'm not doing this to be negative, spread negativity and stuff like that. No, bro, like, I'm doing this that way we can spread the word, get the stuff out there. And that is a big reason why, though, guys. Like, I really do want the game to be good. I want the full potential to come out of Motorfest. Let's all agree Motorfest is good, but I think everybody wants the game to be great. And with a few changes, with a few things added, I really do think we can get there. Also, the other thing I did want to mention, the reason why I'm also disappointed we did not see a playlist for Forsberg is due to the fact that in the Crew 2, we also saw legit Forsberg events around the entire map. Not sure how many were in there. I think it was like 7 to 10 or something like that. Like, that's a lot of events. Make a playlist around 7 to 10 different events in the playlist using only the Forsberg vehicles and stuff like that. And then, as I did mention before, have the challenges to like regular drift cars. If players do not actually own the vehicles, that would have been so dope, bro. Imagine having a few drift events in there. Having more rallycross events would have been great. Maybe a few racing events would have been pretty dope. And then Street Tier 2 would have been amazing. But again, guys, the biggest thing here is I really do feel like they missed something on that not having a playlist. I would like to know your thoughts on this in the comments below. And at this point, though, I would almost say I'm probably not the only person going, wait a second, like, where's the playlist at, man? They could have had a Forsberg playlist. And funnily enough, I saw people commenting that in the recent Summit video. And I was also seeing on top of that that people were saying stuff on social media, wondering where like a new playlist was or even new PvP events. And to be honest, guys, like I can't even argue that. Like those are definitely valid arguments. We can definitely all agree though that having a new like playlist in the game being based on Forsberg definitely probably would have made a lot of sense. But overall though, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below, and I really do think this is pretty dang valid.